All right, so I'm going live on here and Instagram. So wanted to pop on. So hi, this is me, and gonna talk. Hopefully, people pop on. I gotta get the hang of doing this whole live thing. So IG, I am here. Hey, hey, gonna come on. Well, I'm on talking about attachment styles, but I also going to do Q&As. I'm in energy alignment and chat about also. Hey, Sil, what's up, Mama? How you doing? I'm doing my live. I want to talk about like attachment styles and some of the energy stuff. I'm also doing a YouTube live. Hey, hey, I'm good. Hi, Bear. I don't recognize that handle. What's your real name? Yeah, give me a call back tomorrow. I'm so glad people I know came on live. I don't feel so lonely now. I'm here. Oh, Toya, what's up, honey? How you doing? Ah, made me smile. What's up, Still? Are you feeling better? I know you weren't feeling too well earlier this week. If you want to come on with me, let me know, either one of y'all. I'd love to be able to chat too. You still, so where do you live now, Toya? So I'm still in Delaware and wanted to share more about what I do. Hey, 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 Mr. Photography. I just seen you follow me. I'm gonna follow you back also. On here live. I come on every now and then, but I'm trying to make it more consistent. My parents are still in Salem Woods also. Hmm. Greetings, greetings. I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to come on. So, you and I always have lots of conversations about these gifts, and I did a video yesterday on Facebook about um, energy alignment and like the epigenetics, like how our DNA can hold up to 6 generations of trauma, and how when we start to get a lot of information about if we start having a lot of different experiences about things, then how we can we're in a we're getting it from the DNA. I'm reading his comment. I popped in the clubhouse room I was in. Oh, that was an interesting clubhouse room. How you doing? Which speaker were you? I'm trying to. Were you speaking in there? I want to hear it. Yeah, I was trying to read his comment and talk, and I can't multitask. so, um, so all right, let me repeat what I just said. Basically, how our DNA holds up to 6 generations of trauma. So certain things that we're predispositioned for, it's coming from that actual from that. So we might call it karmic. Some people call it ancestral trauma. Um, what do they call it else too? So basically, or it's coming through their lineage. I am trying, but this time I was trying to read here. And so, I'm not good at the multitasking. So, hello, I am live streaming on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm not good at multitasking, but I want to talk about, I'm talking to somebody over there now. I want to talk about how to tap in energetically to that DNA strand, so that way you can start clearing that trauma, because the way our DNA is programmed, we start to hold on to things and we're attracting it to ourselves. Matter of fact, earlier today's been like a real social day, so that's why I was calling for you. I am in different dimensions right now. Like lately, I feel like I've been jumping timelines, and as I do, things are shifting rapidly. And I know sometimes people are like, "Well, what does that mean? What does the timeline mean?" And they're unaware of what this energy stuff is, how it ties into their faith, especially if they grew up really biblically, and if they're trying to awaken to to love, or if they're trying to awaken to their potential, their purpose, or trying to find the fulfillment that they're truly looking for. So, hey, Royal, what's up? And I wanted to be able to shed light on some of the things that you and I've talked about still, as well as the things that I've experienced to make me understand it. Because I feel like the energy stuff that I do is just explanation for what God has already created. You feel me? So, what God has already done, whether you are Jewish and Christian, Muslim, whatever faith that you're coming from, or that you believe in, there's some tie in that scripture that energetically, if you, it explains what the scripture is saying, is what I'm trying to say. So science is trying to back what was already created by God. And when you think of it, when you understand it that way, it's easier for you to not look at energy work or Reiki or doing certain shamanic tasks as woo woo. You're able to see that God has put everything on this planet, whether you call it God, source, your creator, and you're able to look within and find the ailments that may have been broken, so that way you can heal those fragments and start to align to the type of relationship that you're looking for. So you can understand what that scripture was saying more, so that way you are now connecting with a man better, with yourself better. And like, I was in this room earlier. I don't know if the photographer, if you're still in here now, but some of the points that they were mentioning, like we see right now, the topics in regards to dating. I like to talk about dating and relationships a lot, because I feel like work is just work. But what really brings our life together, what really makes us who we are the people and the relationships that we have. Like, you've never seen a ghost come back. Yeah, girl, we need to talk. Like, we never see like a ghost come back and they go back to their job. You know what I mean? They don't do that. Like, you've never seen a horror movie and they're typing doing their job. It's like they come back and they're like looking for the person that they forgot to have that conversation with. They're dealing with the regret. They're dealing with the emotions. They're trying to bring back that teddy bear that child lost, and give that they're trying to heal that exact wound. Right. So they're trying to clear that wound and that trauma. Oh, he's a relationship coach as well. That's pretty cool. Maybe we can talk, you know? So when you see like these ghost movies, they essentially are looking at their relationships. And when people go to work and they're distracted, a lot of times they're dealing with something at home. Maybe they're not talking to a parent, a cousin, a relative, their man, their woman, their friend, their best friend. There's usually some relationship, some emotional conflict. That's the thing that makes us human, that emotional tie within ourselves, that emotional connection that we have with another person. So when you hear me talking about relationships, it's really about healing those emotional wounds, so that way you can actually be able to align back with the divinity and connect more with who you are, connect back with that your divine purpose, and actually move that way. And what I've noticed when I work with folks is um, they start to tap into their gifts. They start to have these stronger intuitive abilities, and they start to sense what somebody's feeling. They start to have some stronger, more prophetic dreams. Everyone's gifts are different. I feel like everyone has a gift, and that's actually how I met Sil in the chat right now. It's like she and I had met through a training in the UK. We both met online, and it was just like a profound, multi-dimensional healing experience where we were able to. Of course, I have my battery not charged right here. Hold on a second, y'all. Um, it was a profound multi-dimensional healing experience where we were able to use quantum, is it quantum physics, quantum mechanics, where you do, hold on a second, See if I could keep you charged up that way. This is Keisha at her finest. Okay, there we go. We got it. So this is where we did like the multi-dimensional healing, and you were able to, was it quantum entangle? That's the right word. Quantum entangle two particles and connect each other to be able to do these profound multi-dimensional healing sessions. And that's how Syl and I met. I'm so grateful. And we've been friends for about what, 4 years now, Syl? So we met online and we've been like carrots and potatoes ever since. um able to help each other with our family, help each other with our friends, and just be there for each other like as sisters. Yeah. Definitely quantum healing. Yeah, 4 years, she and I have been friends. And we've gone through our experiences, we've grown together, we've cried together, we've done everything on that level with each other. And what we've learned is how deep and how profound awakening is, and how important it is for each of us to go through that that because that awake that journey, when they say that rebirth. um I think still when we talk about the rebirth, I think that rebirth is actually the main thing that a lot of faiths are trying to explain, meaning to be born again. To be born again is not just to be born like here physically on earth, but to be born energetically, to move within your spirit on another level, and to be able to trust within that. It is. She's saying that it's beautiful to have these type of talks, well, so that way we don't feel lonely. Because when you are awakening into your spiritual journey, when you start to have these dreams, when you start to tap into your spirit, when you start to sense things, when you realize that the program isn't working on you anymore, the first emotion that occurs is, I think, is anger. Just feeling angry that you've been lied to for so long, and now, boom, here's this experience. What do you do with it? And second, after angry, it's like, okay, then now you are curious. Like you start to want to understand a little bit more. And then you have fear because more things start to happen that don't meet all the things that were taught to you logically. And this separation, I feel, is what causes the anxious attachment style. We relate it to our relationships that we have here on earth, whether it's through our mother or father, whoever, like this authoritative figure in our life, where the level of love that was received from one wasn't the same with the other. And then as a result, now when we can fast forward like to the room that I was in earlier with the photographer, I need to know your name so I stop calling you the photographer. Is the attachment style is avoidance or anxiousness, where people feel the need to keep multiple people, or they're scared to be vulnerable or share their actual emotion with a person, so that way they can actually evolve to that next step. And right now we're in this hookup era where everybody just kind of wants to meet a person for what they can get out of it. I see it not just in with like intimate relationships, but I also see it with business relationships also. Like everyone's kind of looking for, well, what am I going to get out of this connection? How can they help me? And no one's really trying to like work with and actually get to know the person and try to see how they can help the other one. And in this like hookup type culture, we're missing the true connection. And everyone's like kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that this will stick, instead of just going within and trusting their intuition on the right connection, just like how Syl and I had met. Like there was like what, over 100, there was several hundred, was it over 100 or 200 people in that Zoom, but she and I found each other, and we were paired with different people. We weren't even paired with each other, but I looked at her, she looked like we just kind of found each other, and we just knew that this was the right fit and the right friendship for us. And that's the same thing that will happen when you start to get connected with your inner divinity, and start to eliminate. Yeah, it was like over 100 people on the training at the time. Yeah. And that's how powerful you are as a human being. Is like when you start to really tap into your spirit, you start to really hone in on who's your soul, who's in alignment with you. Kind of like how the photographer guy saw my imagery. I didn't even talk on stage today in a clubhouse, but I did chat in the box, and there's something that drew us. Where I was drawn to when I seen that he followed me on Instagram, but the same interconnection drew him to me. So it's like when you have that direct connection, you're able to tap into that pulse and actually follow that through. And I feel that so many people have lost it. That's why this anxious attachment style is so prominent right now. That's why people are so scared to tap in and really allow themselves to meet the next person. So I didn't want to be too long because it's my first live. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. How'd I do, Sil? I was nervous. um, if my that's my photographer guy that came back. What's your name, Bob? I was just talking about you again. um, but I'm so happy that you guys came here. It made me feel love. I was like, what if nobody pops on? I'm be sad. But oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I came on IG as well. And hopefully it all makes sense, because I feel that although I talk about relationships and people know that they want that, when they hear energy alignment, they're not sure exactly what that is. What is it that you're going to do? Are you going to use some witchcraft on me? It's worse if I have to date somebody. Oh my God, I swear they think I'm a witch. So you and I have talked about that, and and I think it's important that they understand that we're spiritual beings and that we all have our part to play. This is my part to play. And being able to tap into that force and are you laughing at the dating thing? Girl, I got some stories to tell you. Oh my God. Tomorrow morning, you and I gonna have to talk after you're free. I gotta tell you how I might create a reel on it. How there's been a bunch of Scorpios. It's like it's been Scorpio season for Keisha. At this stage, I want to run from them, but I think there's a lesson that the universe is trying to teach me to the Scorpios. I think it's patience and and passion. I don't know, but I'll tell you when we talk. Does anyone have any questions for me, either here on the YouTube live or the Instagram? What's your name, Moose Photographer? Photography. I need your name. Yeah, there is some lessons because I don't know. I mean, I could share the live thing because I haven't like any new moon tips. Sure. I'm not a big moon person. I am usually with the other planets, and the central sun is usually what I work with. But Matthew, nice to meet you, Matthew. Pleasure to meet you. What's your sign? Please don't say Scorpio. um, New moon tips is all about rebirth, renewal, starting anew. Okay. So if there's certain things that weren't going right before and it's starting the first, what are we in the last quarter now, right? October, November, December. Yeah. So we're in the last quarter now. Now is a perfect time for you to write your intentions, the things that you would like to have done going forward, and eliminate the thoughts of the things that went wrong, eliminate the things that didn't work out, um, or the doubts that you have in your mind that are limiting you. Specifically, I feel like for you connecting more into your heart space and really leaning into that part to trust what it is that you want. I feel like there's something there. Um, it kind of feels like an excitement coming from you, but it's something that you kind of been putting on the back burner, and it's something really exciting. So I don't know why you're putting it on the back burner. I feel like you need to lean in and trust it just a little bit more because it can really flourish for you. So I feel if you try not to overthink it because I feel like the you thinking about it too much stops things. And I think just writing it down, and I keep hearing for you visioning, like really having visions of how you want to see it play out is important, but not to do it too much. Just like to do it, set it and go, and just trust that it's going to happen. So if you're February 12th, that means you're an Aquarius. That actually makes sense because Aquariuses are thinkers. Tell me if this resonates with you also, too, Matthew. Yep. Like this, like Sil says, new moon, new ways. You have to think of all the new ways you want to do things. Yeah. So yeah, let me know if that resonates with you. Um, yeah, so basically in a nutshell, I'm a medium. I can read people if I when I tap into you. I feel into the energy. I also see the source of what may have caused your trauma or what's actually blocking you in the moment. And we do some inner work to clear it. So while I'm on lives, if someone pops up and it comes through, we'll do it. He says it resonates. Yes. That makes me happy. Um, yeah, but spirit's really strong about not harboring this emotion, harboring on it. It feels like it's just something you're supposed to feel, envision, trust, let go, even if you're doing this in the moment. But yeah, that's good. Anyone else while I'm here? um, Usually Still and I can do this for each other, or I do it for my clients, and this is how I've been able to effectively help men and women find the love in the relationship they're looking for, because usually there's something simple or that's happened, whether in this lifetime, a past life. Sometimes it's something attached to you. Maybe it's an entity, a parasite, some type of weird thing that's out there. And by being able to clear and remove those things, you're now able to start to live the life that you're looking for. Sometimes it's just like you're in a down moment, and while you're in this down space, something kind of sits, somebody who's passed on attaches itself to you. And that's how things kind of, that's how you can kind of get stuck. Sometimes it's a past experience. Somebody on YouTube, I feel like you have a brother or some issue that was unresolved in the past, and that's tying to you right now, you know, and that's what's holding you up in this lifetime. So I'm speaking to you on YouTube, okay? So if that resonates with you, let me know. It feels like it's some form of argument or disagreement that didn't fully go on. All right, so someone came on just now. So she's concerned about this new person that popped into her life. Do you have a brother? Because this brother thing is on me first. So hold on one second. Girl, always multitasking. I need to stop. I just need to focus on one thing. Oh, I dream of black queens. Let me know if you have a brother. You do. That's what's interfering. So, do you have a disagreement or something that has held you, something that's going on in the past that's maybe sitting with you? It feels like it sits here and here between your brow. It was blocking your vision and sight to see things more clearly, as well as that, because this pain from this situation is coming through, is blocking your love life. Talking to her over there. Let me know. It feels, let's see. I'm hearing the number 13. Was it 13 days ago? Was it when you were at that age? Let me know what's coming up for you if you can think of the incident. But I feel like this incident is what's holding things up with this relationship. Like there's a fear that you're having in regards to connecting with him further. He's also showing up kind of wishy-washy to me, kind of mixed signals. Does that sound like he seems like he's coming in like a really good guy, but then there's some level of mixedness that's coming in. Yeah. Okay. So she says that it does resonate with her guys on Instagram. She says it's the residue from a past assault from the brother. Yes. So there's a deep trust wound that's coming up, as I was showing you in the heart space and also with your brow. I believe you used to dream a lot, and these dreams have not come in as clearly, or if they do, there's some level of self-sabotage that's coming where you're not trying to fully believe it, or you're not fully seeing what you're supposed to see. So now you're, instead of you going on the proper timeline this way, you're going that way. And this way is actually pulling into a lot of fear versus the trust element that you need to be in. He's a Libra like me. The lover is a Libra. Ah, Libras are cool. Aquariuses are cool too. Still, aren't you an Aquarius? I got Aquarius is here and Libra's here. Yeah. So that's where I see things happening, and I feel like he hasn't fully forgiven. Somehow, this is odd that because of what you wrote, that he blames you. But the what Spirit's saying is not for you to focus on him. It's about you focusing on yourself to release this pain. Right, you got some clearing to do for yourself. And I feel like you and your brother had some level of past life. Maybe you guys always had some level of combativeness, but it didn't come from this lifetime, it came from a past lifetime. He blames you because you confronted him. Yep. And he's not going to let that go anytime soon. So don't hold your breath on him. This forgiveness piece is the work that you need to do to help yourself, especially in your love life. And also, it's affecting your business life. Do you have a child also, like a son? Yeah, I'm multitasking. As I'm waiting for her, if you guys have a question for me here, I can be able to chit chat with you also. So Spirit's been telling me to do this live thing for a while, and I've actually been in hiding. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And still knows the backhand story of me. You have a daughter and a business. That's what I okay. Okay. No son yet. Okay. All right. So your child, all of these things are being affected from this situation. Um, if you're having a hard time, so I am a firm believer that a lot of people can heal themselves. I believe that we're all self-healing, self-healers. However, there's people like myself that come and play still that we facilitate the healing for you so that we're able to clear the stuff away from you so that way if what you can't see, um, someone else can help. So like calling in the spiritual team, calling in the things to be able to clear these timelines to be able to make things align for you. So if you're having trouble with that, definitely set up a session with me, and we can go deeper. Unless I feel like my spirit's sending energy to you now. If you can feel something here in your heart space, let me know. Black Queen. So I'm waiting to hear if she tells me she's on YouTube. See if she has, if she can feel me. You feel it in your womb. Okay. Does your womb feel heavy? So she feels something in her womb space. It feels illuminated. All right. I'm going to tap into you a little bit more. Hold on. Now I'm actively going to try and tap into this field, but I want to protect the space first. So this replay will be on YouTube Live. So whoever's trying to watch the comments as it goes through, you guys can be able to watch it over there. Um, can you feel something at the top of your head, at the crown of your head as well? Close your eyes, it'll put you more present in your body. So that way you can be able to feel the energy of me connecting with you as well. Feel like there's somebody else trying to tap in over here too. I am too now, still. I was sitting here like going back and forth. Spirit was like, just do it. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Let me see. So I feel energy here around the chest, and then I feel it back here. A lot of the trauma, it also feels like it messes with your thoughts. I don't know, feels more like a overthinking type thing. So the spirit team, I want to call them in to help clear this for you. But I just want to confirm what you can feel, Black Queens. You're laughing at me, Matthew? She said, yes, and all over, warmth feeling, third eye, and crown chakra. Amazing. Okay. So I see the guides in around you. Okay. So they're doing the work up here, as well as they're starting to pull the cord. This cord that I see that they're pulling from your heart space is coming from the past life. So I'm going to go through and at least clear that. So that way, let me see what that's going to do. So it felt like y'all were siblings in the past life, also. Mm, let me know if you feel something in your throat as I'm clearing this as well. Don't be surprised when this happens. He starts to shift a little bit. Also, this may shift your relationship with your brother in a good way. I say may because he might need deeper work. What's up, Sean? How you doing? You feel it in your throat. Amazing. I'm so glad that you feel this in your throat as well. So right now I'm doing a clearing with somebody on YouTube. Okay, good. So what's happening on in this past life, I see the two of you like this together, and there was like some form of tension or animosity that happened in this life between you and the brother, and it transferred over in this lifetime. Um, it feels as though in that life he felt like you were supposed to be there. I feel like you went to go run and leave to do an errand, and something happened to somebody in the house. I don't know if it was like your mom or something, and he blamed you there because he felt like if you were there, it wouldn't have happened. That's what I'm seeing in the past life. So that it feels like that anger just kind of pulled into this lifespan, like he always had something like an edge or grudge towards you. So we're gonna clear that. Okay, we're gonna put it where you guys were loving. At least you can understand that you had to leave, you had to get these things for your mom, so that way you could help her. It wasn't out of like you weren't being malicious, you know? So let me know if you feel the throat getting lighter, clearer, and if you feel the crown lightening up as well. So it looks like I'm doing nothing to y'all, but I'm actually focused in energetically on her, and I'm seeing what's happening as we're working, facilitating through this healing. I definitely feel the throat clearing and opening up in the crown. Thank you. Okay, good. So now that we're clearing this, I'm going to send him off in that life. And as I'm doing it, you're going to feel the heart opening up because basically what we're doing is opening up. But like when a person passes away and they have to go to the light, that's essentially what I'm doing in this past life is sending him to the light with love. It felt like back then he just didn't move on, and that energy just kept in his spirit, which moved into this lifetime. So we're clearing that out. Let me know when your heart space feels more open. And they're telling me this will help with the connection with your child, with your daughter. You get emotional with this, it's okay. It's just your body releasing. They told me to tell you it's okay if you have to cry or if there's any emotions that need to come out. I usually try to do these things where you're not getting full on emotional. I feel lighter. Good. So she feels lighter. Amazing. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to be able to pull you back into your body. But before I do that, there's some form of cords that are tied. It feels like with your parents in this lifetime, a lot of cords. I don't know if you have a lot of demands coming from them or you feel, but there's like cords you being pulled. I feel definitely to the parents. Um, there's a woman, an older woman. I don't know who this woman is. So I'm just going to help do some cord cutting for that as well. If you want to identify them, um, that would be great also. And as I'm cutting these cords, or as they're cutting the cords, your guides are cutting the cords. Hey, David. Then allow yourself. Certain people may come as these cords are coming. You may see them in your mind, or you may just their names, or you may think of them. We're just releasing it. It feels like you've just been being pulled by a lot of people. Let me know when your whole crown feels lighter as well as your heart space. You might also start to get cooler around your whole entire body as I'm doing this clearing. And then there was something attached to you. It was like right here in the back. I don't know if you've had like if your shoulders have been tight, like in the back of your neck, or if you had headaches back here. If you can let me know, Black Queens. So it's IG. I'm helping someone on YouTube. The replay will be there. Yes, tight shoulders and neck. Okay. So you had like so what I seen it was an entity, more like a parasite. So spiritually, the same when we have good spirits and bad spirits, sometimes a lot of times we think they're like demons or ghosts or things like that. However, they can be like these things that look like bugs and they're like parasites, energetic parasites, as well as like devices placed on us. She says, I feel it. I do have a lot of people pulling on me. Yeah, you do. A lot. Um, I don't know. I know you have your own business, but do you work somewhere also? Or is it like we're a type of place where there's like a bunch of people, community? There's some place you go where there's people and there's somebody there attached to you. So she's always like pulling on you. So sometimes it's intentional when a person ties their cords to you, as well as sometimes it's unintentional. They just thinking about you a lot, or they may have jealousy or excuse me, bad intentions towards the person. Used to cough all the time when I do healings, but now I burp. So excuse me. It's like my way of clearing stuff too. So the tight shoulder neck thing was that parasite thing I was describing. So I'm doing something now to remove it. Let me know when your shoulder starts to feel looser. It's still tight attached in there. Feels like it goes down through your spine, down your back. I don't know if you've had nerve issues as well, or things that went down into your feet. I feel like it moved into your toes. If you can let me know if that's something you're experiencing also. To some of y'all that know me are like, what is she doing? um, so I'm doing some multi-dimensional healing work here on YouTube. Yes, I am somatic movement coach, and I think the older woman may be my mother. Okay, yeah, I definitely saw the mother. Does she have do you have an aunt as well, or just the mom? So I knew your parents were definitely attached. All right, good. Her back of her neck is starting to feel lighter. Amazing. It feels lighter on the back of my neck. Good. So I see it coming out. There's some debris still going down your spine, so I'm still doing some work clearing that. I'm watching them clear that as well. Did you ever have nerve pain that went down towards your toes or anything like that? Oh, she said my sister could be that other woman she's always hating. Yes, pain in the left side. Okay, that was coming from that parasite that was stuck in the back of your neck. A lot of times when we have pain and ailments or something going on with our physical body, it's coming from something like that. It could either be coming from a trauma as well as it can be coming from this parasite or entity or something attached to you that's creating something out in that's manifesting into the physical body. So I'm gonna do something else to clear the debris. So basically, this parasite that was stuck here, it looked like black and was like squarey and round like that, but it was sitting like this far back from you, and it went down in through the body, and it like tentacles that went down through your body. So that's what I saw. So I'm clearing out the tentacle part through. You might feel some coolness as I'm clearing that out of your system. Let me know if you start to feel coolness down your spine. Thank you, Matthew. She's okay. She said, "Yeah, feel coolness and a release. Amazing, amazing, amazing." All right, so it feels like it goes down into your genitals, so you might feel me move you around down there a little bit. So if you feel a little tickle, that's just me. The energy is just clearing out whatever's stuck in that womb space. I'm not doing anything crazy. So it's gonna go right through the perineum, and you might feel it open up, like and clear out right through that womb. And this will be able to kind of help give you that release that you've been looking for in regards to feeling okay to open up and like love, feeling okay to I feel like there was like an overthinking or over analysis that was happening before. Um or some form of apprehensions to trust. You feel it? You feel the coolness down there? All right, good. Um so that way you can be able to say okay and see clearer if this person is for you or not for you. And even if he isn't for you, what is it that you can learn from him? Because sometimes spirit sends a person to us where we're supposed to just learn something from. You know what I mean? Whether it's to love, whether it's to trust, to be patient, to smile more, to forgive, whatever. But I feel like this will help clear you so you can see better and be more in tune with your needs. Does that make sense? All right, and I'm gonna start to clear up the space, asking like your angels to protect and guide you. Your home needs to be cleared as well. If you can sage, especially your bedroom, it feels like it's like your windows to this side of your bed versus the other side. It makes sense. You're welcome. I was hoping someone would be willing for me to be able to do something like this, although I was nervous about doing this live. I'm not gonna lie. I do this privately with my clients all the time, but um Spirit's been pushing me and I'm like, oh man, sometimes we all need a little push. Saging as well as so they're telling me there's things in your home you can use, whether you open your windows, but I feel like there's like a clear liquid. I don't know if it's like vinegar, water, something where you're cleansing. And you feel like a physical cleanse needs to happen in your space. Black Queens. Okay. And also to pray it out, like just praying out your space and clearing it out and just releasing anything from and like before visitors come in, praying out over your space and praying that whoever comes into their space, like doing some form of ritual where you're clearing that way. If anything attaches to anybody, they're not bringing it into your home. And that way you're allowing yourself to still keep the sanctuary that you have in your space. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if you've been sleeping well at night, but there's something in there. Let me know if you've been sleeping well at night. If it's something simple I can do, I'll do it. If not, I'm gonna tell you what to do, or I'll tell you to book a session with me. Let me see. But just let me know what you experience when you're in your bedroom, because it feels like something's in there. So how you guys doing over here in the meantime while I'm waiting for her? If you have something, let me know. See. That definitely makes sense. I hope to remember my dream. Sleep has been wonky. At times I can remember and other times I can't. So the remembrance of the dreams was coming from the stuff that we were the brother, the pain and things like that was blocking you here and here, your heart space and your brow chakra. So basically the same physical senses that we have, we also have spiritually. So that's how we can just have like a sense of just knowing, you know, because we have the same to be able to physically see, hear, smell, touch, taste the same way. Um, but the wonkiness, meaning if it's been difficult for you to stay asleep, so I feel like something's been in that space. I don't know if you felt uncomfortable, not been able to rest. When you come home, are you feeling? Let me see what you're feeling. If I can pick up, it feels restless when you get home, or when you're not busy working. If you're working from home, but I feel like there's restless energy around you. She said, "Yes, it's restless." So when you come home, it should be, or even if you're working from home, it should be your sanctuary. You should feel safe. You should feel peace. You should feel calm. All right. So if you're not feeling that, there's something going on in that space. Let me see if I can see. If it's something light, I'll do it now. I say light because I can end up into some heavy stuff, and I want to be able to protect the space for everybody here, and I want to do it officially the right way. So let's see. I'm going to do something lightly to clear the space. Let me know if it gets cold in the air. It might get cold as I do this, 'cause it just seems like a big dark cloud in your space, and it's coming from the land. So it feels like there's trees in one sense, but then there's like water not too far away. Is that true? Let me know. Like tall. Doesn't seem like regular trees. Like I don't want to say like Christmassy trees. What are those evergreens? That's true. Okay, good. So I'm at your so it's your land, okay? So what I did was I just kind of I don't want to say astral project, but I went over there. All right. So it's the land. Something so a lot of things happen on that land. So we're gonna do something just to kind of clear the land. Let me tell me if this place is getting cold. So if things have been hemmed up for you in certain areas of your life, this is why they were hemmed up. There's other things, but we won't go too private right now. We'll just keep it where we're at. Um, so your team is coming in and they're helping clear the space right now. You may even feel a coolness right here. It's getting cooler. Okay, good. It's getting cooler. So we're clearing out the space. There are things by your front door. I'm clearing that thing out too. It looks red by your front door. Excuse me. Okay. Let me know if your head feels clearer now. Almost like you forgot what was happening. I'm waiting for her response. This is amazing. I was scared when I first awakened to all of this. Like for me, every time I healed something, more things would happen. I would start channeling. these messages about love and receiving messages from different people, um, that I was like questioning Yeshua, everything, you know? She said, "Yes, my head does feel clear and I feel the energy about to leave my stomach." Okay, good. So the redness that I was seeing in front of your door felt like another entity that was trying to move itself in. I feel like it was trying to attach to your child. So we're clearing and doing some deeper work to clear around that land space and put a protection so that way these things don't affect your space anymore. I'm gonna have it spin for about 3 days. I better write it down to come back and check in on you. Also, email me as a reminder. Um, it's support at KeishaMartin.com. I'll type it in. If anybody has a question, you guys can always email me or you can back chat me on yeah, email me. So it can remind me to look back into your house in a couple of days, 3 days from now. Is that what's today? Tuesday? What's today? Friday? So Friday. uh, so I wrote it down, but still email me just in case I forget. How does your space feel now? Your heart space should feel a lot cooler, as well as your place. It's going to keep running as it's clearing the space. So I have symbols and stuff that I've received. I received messages, as I was saying. That's how I started my journey. I started receiving messages, and it wasn't an easy process, but it was actually scary, I ain't gonna lie. But, I've accepted my calling. My heart space feels lighter, she says. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Definitely lighter. Good. These things are really holding you down, and a lot of times we don't realize what's holding us down. We think it's life. We think is the job, this new challenge, this bill, this person not understanding what I'm saying, that's happening. And then we just kind of me sitting, you may even think that the shoulder pain comes from you sitting like this. Oh, how's your shoulder and your back? Let me know how that feels as well. I think you told me it feels better, but I can't remember. Um, so it's easy for us to find logical reason in the physical world to tie to what's happening to us, not realizing that it's actually something bigger, that it's something beyond what we can physically see. And the shoulder is unlocked. Amazing. That's a blessing. I'm so happy. And when we start to accept or understand these things more, and for me, when we start to understand these things more, it's easier for us to accept it. And I'm very left brained as much as I'm more right brained than left brained, but the left is very strong where I had to understand things. And I know for me to be able to help people where they can be able to help themselves, I needed to understand the mechanics. And that's why I've been a little bit hesitant about coming forward, on lives and things like that. Let me know how you feel overall, Black Queens. I want to make sure you're good before we begin to close, because I really want to see if there's anything else or how you're feeling. You may feel tired after this. I'm also going to recommend drinking a lot of water to flush out your system because I did a lot of deep work just now on you. And allow yourself, you shouldn't get too emotional. Okay. Sometimes things can bring things up, but so if you do get emotional, email me. I can give you my number too. So if you want to call or text, I'm easier that way as well. It's like 302 401 8550. I'm going to type it in the thingy. So either one of those two are great. So if you're too emotional with these things, let me know, and I can be able to help you. I can either send some energy or guide you that way. I feel sleepy, I feel lighter, some emotions in the throat, like a clearing is happening. Amazing. um, so when we get sleepy in such a healing like this, it's because, hey, I don't recognize your screen name, so you gotta tell me. You got I can't and I can't see your face properly on here. So tell me what put your name in the chat. So when you get sleepy with such a healing like what I'm doing, it's because sometimes there's some trauma or some experience. And sometimes we think trauma is like this really big, big bad thing. It could have been, as well as it could be just something that was traumatic for you at that age. But regardless, if it's something that is difficult for you to process consciously, we fall asleep and we deal with it subconsciously. I've gone to sleep through a lot of my stuff. There's times I couldn't even sit through a meditation because I would fall asleep, and that's where a lot of my healing work happened. So, spirit did tell me you were going to get sleepy. That's fine. Get the rest that you need. Um, if you feel too lethargic, let me know. It shouldn't like be like 5 days from now you're still exhausted. Because then maybe we need to deal with it. Let me just make sure your soul should be all back. Because I pulled your part now. You should be all back. But if it's too much, let me know. Otherwise, just get the rest that you need for the next 2 or 3 days, okay? And drink plenty of water. Let me see. I'm going to ground you as well. You feel like you've been ungrounded. Sometimes when we want to be too spiritual or we can pull ourselves out of ourselves and not be grounded. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I want to be able to help as many people as possible. It's not overwhelming. Good. I try to make it where it's not overwhelming. I want whenever I work with somebody, we have fun and we have laughs together, even though we're clearing some deep, heavy stuff. And I don't want you to relive your memories. Oh, that's right. I remember you. How you doing? So I don't want it to be too traumatic, you know. Anytime I work with anybody, I like things to be gentle, do things with ease. I ask the spiritual team to do things with ease. I want to clear and protect both of our spaces again, and just thanking our team, the angelic team, as well as your spiritual team. You have some good advisors around you. Um, yeah, I don't know if you ever, when you're in your car, you ever feel like somebody's sitting next to you. Black Queen. Um, and awesome. Nice to meet you. I got your text. Thank you. I won't say your name on live, but thank you, Black Queens. Yes, someone is definitely, yes, it's one of your guides. They wanted me to tell you that they're usually right there. You say you don't listen all the time, but neither do I. Mine be like this. um, you're welcome. So somebody else is messaging me. Sally, is that how do I say your name? I apologize if I said it incorrectly. He said I met him at Walmart. And he said, my advice worked out with a better relationship with the mom, so we haven't argued since. Thank you for that. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad. Yeah, your guide is with you, and they really wanted to show. They have some other things they're going to point forward for you. So they're showing me water, and they want me to tell you that. I don't know if it's like when you see like a glass of, if certain memories will come. There's something with water with your guide. Sometimes people they use like a spirit animal or they see numbers or something like that. For me, they're showing me something with water. So what I'm getting from the imagery with the water is like when you are around it, certain thoughts or intuitive gifts or certain intuitive messages will come stronger from this guide that's come to you. And they speak to you quite heavily. Wow, we made it to 59 minutes on here, and I didn't think I would do it. Oh man. So y'all can see I'm as real as anybody else. Oh man. How are you feeling, Queen? Thank you so much for coming on and sharing a question with me and for me and allowing me space to be able to help you this evening. This is a true and rain follows me. She goes, this is true. And the rain follows me, especially as my gift grows. She says, I'm hungry. Go eat. Follow all that clearing we did in your you said something you felt the clearing in your tummy. Oh man, that's amazing. Good. Something with the rain. Huh. Can't wait to meet you more. um I did start the podcast episodes. I haven't launched the ones that I've recorded as yet. I've been sitting on them, but I have started. I've been working on the strategy for it. So as soon as I do, I'm going to create the announcement. So this time I want to put my strength of strategy into play with the podcast. Well, I don't want to hold anyone else any longer. You are now protected. Your space is clear, Black Queens, and I have your number, so we'll definitely be messaging. If anyone else needs any help with anything, let me know. As for now, I am going to say arrivederci, sayonara, konnichiwa. I will see you again the next time. I think I want to do this again next week, Tuesday. You are very welcome. You're very welcome. So for all, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me, and I will speak to you again the next time. See you next Tuesday. Bye bye. It did not.